Boy, everybody in Cyberland. Want to come at you with another Pataki from your favorite Bara, because I know you're waiting for it. And I know that you guys are trying to learn just the same way you guys give me comments, and I get to learn as well. So we get to learn, we get to teach, and we get to do it all over, because that is the key. Something I wanted to talk to you today about was a Pataki from a sign called Oyekun Bara. And then I'm going to relate it to the ethical, okay, and moral values that as human beings we should follow. Is that fair? All right, so let me get to it. For this Pataki, we have Elegba. Okay? Elegba is trying to catch a bronco in the fields. A wild bronco, for those who are not familiar with horses, you can't just get on there. It's got to be a trained, methodical process to tame and domesticate a horse. It doesn't happen. All right? And when it does, it takes time, and you got to break them in, and there's this whole process. All right? So I want you to think about, at this point, the divinities came down, the Ochas came down. They're living amongst us. They noticed that thing over there called a horse, a bronco, and they notice it gets a lot faster from point A to point B to do things. So Legba, understanding that he's smaller and the horse is bigger, he understands that he is weaker because the horse is stronger. He goes to Ifa and he goes to Orula. All right, and particularly, he goes to Orula, and this sign comes out. And Orula tells him, go do it, Bo, with this, that, and the other. And when you do it, Bo, I want you to let some of the toasted corn fall on the ground by a tree where all the horses are. All right? So he takes the ebo to the tree, he lets a little bit fall on the ground, and he has the ebo in his hands. And in that ebo is primarily a lot of toasted corn, right, that we use in this faith a lot. The horse comes by and says, hey, can I have a little bit of that? So Ewa says, sure. So he allows him to eat the ones that were on the floor. A little later, the horse comes back and says, hey, do you still have more of those? And Legba says, yeah. But can we make a deal? Can I give you a little bit of this and I get to ride you? The horse says, sure. So he gives him a little bit. And little by little, Legba is gaining confidence with the horse. All right? Afterwards, Legba is like, man, it's kind of hard to ride you. Can we maybe put a saddle on you so it's more comfortable? Yeah, you got more of that toasted corn? Absolutely, here you go. The horse asks for toasted corn, and Legba asks for something different, right? Finally comes the biddle. What goes in the horse's mouth when they have the actual lasso in their hands, and they're riding the horse. Now he's got the saddle. And Legba has now domesticated the horse in this Pataki. So what does that Pataki tell us? It tells us that brute strength is not going to be the winner. No different than the story of David and Goliath when we talk about some of the historic things that you learn in school about Greek mythology and so forth. We're talking about a Legba and a horse, something bigger and stronger. A Legba used his brain, looked for the knowledge of Ifa to kind of help guide him, that using your head is better than using your brute strength. If a Legba would have just jumped on that horse and tried to struggle it and hold it down, and would have got kicked off, he would have probably got trampled, he could have died. Let's just be real with it, right? So that's what that story gives us. That's the moral and ethical code there. Your brute strength should not be your primary reaction to things. Use knowledge. Use how can I navigate through these troubled times smart, not through aggression. Because that's not going to lead you to success. That's not going to lead you to domesticate the horse so that now your future is looking a lot better now that you have transportation to get you from point A to point B. And you got yourself a companion in the process. And it ain't take force. That's what the Pataki is teaching us. That's what Oyekun Bara teaches us. To fight those urges of aggression. Use your brain. Humble yourself. Step back sometimes from situations and look at it with a different perspective. Don't work with emotions. Don't go head on things. Think about things. Navigate those waters. See where it goes. That is Oyekun Bara. Alright, with that said, that's my Pataki on Oyekun Bara, Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche, Cyberland. Like always, leave me comments. I respond. Anybody who watches, you guys know I do it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, pass the word on. I want the teachings to go out. Again, I do this, why? Because there's not enough English material. There's not enough Bawalaos out there that are speaking and teaching in an English manner. Can you find Spanish? Absolutely. And I have some great Bawalaos and Santeros and Baleros that are doing their thing, and they're great, and they have YouTube and everything else, but it's the English audience that I'm truly focused on. Yo hablo español también, so if you have people who are more comfortable Spanish, I can do that too. But primarily, that's my focus, is those that are English speakers and maybe Spanish is not a primary language, and maybe they struggle. With that said, Iburu, Iboya, Bucheche, La Regla de Ifa at gmail.com. La.regla.de.ifa. So dots in between at gmail.com if you guys want to shoot me an email, comments, concerns, questions. Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche, Cyberland.